The discovery of the passion-driven economy grew out of coaching sessions and dialogues that I had with several hundreds of passion-driven agents. And as the passion-driven economy revealed itself to me, two things become very apparent. And the first one is that it is absolutely amazing that when passion-driven people manifest their ideas into an economic reality, they reenact spontaneously a sustainable economic pattern that to them simply is the preferred personal choice. And the second that became apparent was that this economy has been hidden and misunderstood and ignored for way too long. And I think it's time that we change that now. Not only on the behalf of the passion-driven agents and their success, even if that is an accomplishment worthy of its own name, but also for the benefit of the societies that they operate within. My name is Linda Kentaur Nordfors, and I'm an artist and musician and economic thinker. And I will now draw you the map of the passion-driven economy. The passion-driven economy is defined and recognized by its three main principles, the three cornerstones. The first cornerstone is that passion is the drive, not the demand of the market. Meaning, it is the passion of the entrepreneur, designer, or inventor that drives the creation of the companies and organizations. This means that passion-driven agents create their business ideas around what to them is engaging, interesting, inspiring, and important on a personal level. And the symbol of the passion cornerstone is the spark. The second cornerstone is that money is a means, not an end into itself. The symbol of the money cornerstone is waves of water, because money is seen as a resource to get somewhere. It is the water that carries the boat, not the destination of the journey. Consequently, there are qualities, ethics, and values that are more important than maximizing profit. And these aspects are also more relevant for the notion of success than solely financial results. An example would be the fashion designer who only works with recycled materials. These materials have some limitations, and he knows that if he would be willing to buy new fabric, he would sell more. But he chooses not to, because that wouldn't align with the values of his company. In fact, if he would violate those values, there is a risk that his motivation for running the business would cease to exist. The third cornerstone in the PDE is that exploration is the constant goal, not perpetual growth. In the conventional market-driven economy, the overarching aim is to strive for growth. In the passion-driven economy, the purpose is a continuous exploration of what the agents are passionate about. Let me clarify. Of course, passion-driven agents want their business to grow. Of course, they aim to manifest their ideas into the world. But they do not want to grow ad infinitum. In the PDE, growth doesn't have an intrinsic value. An example would be the local restaurant who often is fully booked, but still they don't want to upscale the number of tables. Why? Because the chef, who also is the owner, knows that through upscaling she would need to hire someone else for the cooking, and it would turn her more into a manager than a chef, which to her would be a move away from her passion, which is the exploration of making delicious dishes. The passion-driven economy is of course a creator of companies, jobs and tax revenue. On top of that, it has specific superpowers. Let me show you 3 prominent gain areas that the cornerstones support. First, with passion as the drive and money as a means, the PDE contributes with attractivity. When people professionally do what they really care about in a way that to them feels true and engaging, and not let themselves be limited by demands of immediate or large profit, the result will be soaked in attractivity. It doesn't really matter if it is a local brewery, a design t-shirt, a club, a concert, or small-scale farming. The cool thing is that this attractivity extends beyond the passion-driven activity as such. It tinges the whole area where the PDE operates. This is vital for many cities and rural areas, because where the passion-driven economy thrives is where we want to live and work and stay for a holiday. With money as a means, and exploration as the constant goal, passion-driven ventures lead to genuine growth. In the PDE, there is a double push and pull affecting the scale of the venture. The money cornerstone can offer a push through giving the agent a mission in the world, and also a pull by setting subjective values and ethics in the forefront, not increased profit. The exploration cornerstone pushes to make the passion business big enough so that the exploration can take place. And it also offers a pull by orienting the agent around exploring the unknown rather than delivering what's already done. This is a complex landscape for the agent to navigate. When successful, the result is that passion-driven companies and projects grow to their own most beneficial size, their genuine size, often remaining local, and hence also keep spreading their attractive glow on a local level. With exploration as the constant goal and passion as the drive, passion-driven activities create innovation. One mechanism that stirs innovation is that passion-driven agents act from within, from their passion. And that very personal source of inspiration and dedication is much more varied and diverse than the market-driven standard, which is limited by listening to what the market wants. And the cornerstone of curious exploration naturally engenders new approaches and fresh angles, thereby strengthening the innovative character of the PDE even more. So here we are with the passion-driven economy, which brings us the gain areas attractivity, genuine growth, and innovation. So how can we make this economy thrive? Well, the short answer is by assisting the agents to handle the pain areas without turning the passion-driven ventures into market-driven entities. And to be able to do that, we need to know the pain areas in the PDE, where the obstacles and challenges are, and to understand how a passion-driven resolution would look like. Perhaps the most well-known pain area in the PDE is pricing and sales. It is so commonly occurring that passion-driven agents dislike or even disdain sales and have a hard time to charge for what they do, so we, as a society, almost regard it as a natural phenomenon. But it isn't natural, it is structural. When passion is the drive, what we do has an intimate relation to who we are and what we believe in. Simplified, you could say that when a passion-driven offer is being scrutinized by a client, the agent feels as if they, personally, are being judged. This really makes the whole sales process into a minefield of emotional setbacks. And to make it even more challenging, when money is seen as a means, the personal preferences of ethics, values, and qualities will infuse and complexify the pricing. So, while a market-driven approach to sales and pricing might be oriented around adjusting to the client's needs and controlling supply and demand, that doesn't apply here at all. A part of the cure for this passion-driven pain is translation. If we want to help the agents, it is imperative to assist them in translating the passion, both into a customer value and a pricing strategy. And in this translation, the preferences around money that are true to the agents need to be respected and honored all the way. The second pain area lies in the intersection of the money and the exploration cornerstone. And this pain is the passion-driven difficulties in reaching the market. And please note, market is a word many passion-driven agents don't like. It sounds too commercial. It can be useful to point out to them that it stands for whoever they want to reach. It can be the beholder of an art piece, the visitors to a theater, the users of an online service. Nevertheless, the passion-driven problem of reaching the market is very much the other side of the coin of the same push and pull that creates genuine growth. Profit is not on top of the agenda, and passion-driven agent can have the tendency to be more oriented towards internal exploration than external delivery. The passion-driven answer to this challenge is to find the sweet spot. This is a spot where both the financial needs of the organization are met through enough market delivery, and there is space for exploration. The third passion-driven pain area is the challenge to handle marketing and branding. This challenge is partly derived from the closeness between the agent and her business. When you are already directing, producing, and starring in a movie, it can be hard to be the narrator as well. This pain area is further amplified by the constant transformation that the exploration cornerstone entails. A brand is strengthened through recognition, not too much alteration. In a traditional market-driven strategy, branding is used to enhance uniqueness. But in the PDE, the uniqueness is usually already obvious. Rather, the success factor is to illustrate the shared areas of interest between the operation and the audience, to work with what is called common ground. This is a strategy that can support stability and create relevance. It is quite the opposite of the market-driven way and works well in a passion-driven context. Laid out before you is now the PD map with focus on some of the major pain areas for the agents and gain areas for society. Thank you for your attention.